back to another lesson of Morningstar Math Training course. Today I'm going to teach you about area. So let's get started. First of all, what is area? Area is the amount of space inside a 2D shape. It tells us how much the surface a shape covers, and we measure in square units, So here we have a little page of vocabulary that we're going to need in this lesson. The words are length, width, and area, which is what I want to learn today. So let's first review and see what these words mean. Length is the horizontal edge of any rectangle, width is the vertical edge of any rectangle, and area is the amount of square units a 2D shape covers entirely. And so right now, I'm going to show you a little example of length and width. So right now, I'm going to draw a rectangle. And you see it has a short edge and a long edge. The long edge is the length. The long edge is the length. And the short edge right here is the width. And area is this whole rectangle. It's this whole colored part. So I mean that this whole the purple part is the area. This whole part. So how you get what's area? We can move on to the next, a little area warm-up. So here we have a rectangle with a width of 9 centimeters and a length of 15 centimeters. And the question says find the area of this rectangle, which means we are going to try and find this whole part of this rectangle, which is actually just like this whole part, just not including the sides. This whole colored part is the area, and we're going to find it. But how do we find it? How? We can't use a ruler. We don't have any rulers beside us, since you can't actually. And you might be thinking the width and the length are useless. Well, they're not. The length and the width are actually the key to solving this equation. This question. So here we have the answer. It's 9 times 15 equals 135 centimeters. And look close. So the whole area is 135 centimeters. But if you look closely, do you see this mysterious little 2 besides the centimeter? Well, that's what we call a square exponent. And you might be thinking right now, what's a square exponent? What's a square exponent, and why is it next to centimeters? Well, here it is, the reasoning of why. Area is not like perimeter. Perimeter is let's read it. Area is not like perimeter. Perimeter is the distance around the shape, while area is how much space a 2D shape can cover. To find area, we have to multiply the length and the width together to find the correct area. So we know that how to solve area now, but there is a bit information about why this little 2 is in. So let's read it. Plus the symbol, the square exponent 2, which is this little 2. The square exponent is very important because it tells you that the answer is related to area. So now you know what it is and why it's there. Are you ready to try out a bit of area questions? Let's go. So So we have 3 questions over here about area, and each of them includes a shape. So now, so let's look at this first question. We have a rectangle with a width of 7 and a length of 9 centimeters. And it's a rectangle, and it also says find the area of this shape. So we're going to, so the main word is area. And right now I'll give you a few seconds to find out the answer yourself. Done? All right. Now let's review it together. So here we have a little rectangle with a length of 9 and a width of 7 centimeters. So I think you probably know the answer from the beginning of our reviewing. We have to multiply the length and the width, and we get the area. And don't forget to add a little 2 and the units, which is centimeters. So now we're going to multiply these 2 numbers together, which is 7 times 9 equals, what's 7 times 9? 7 times 9 is 63. So we're going to write 63. So it's 63. And don't forget the unit, which is centimeters and a little 2 squared. So the whole area, so this whole rectangle's area is 63 centimeters squared. So now you know how to calculate area more. So now we're going to move on to another question, which is way harder than this. So here we have another rectangle with a width of 13 centimeters and a length of 22 centimeters. And the question says find the area of the shape. So now I'm still going to give you a few seconds to find this area. And just to remind you, area is the whole covering of this colored part. So that's the area. And the length is this part. The width is this part. So now you're going to do this question for yourself in a bit, and after a few seconds, I'm going to do the question with you. Done? Okay. Alright, so let's review the question together. There's a width of 13 and a length of 22. So what we're trying to do is actually just find this gold covered part, and which is actually the area. And how do we do that? You should know from this part and this part. So you know what to do now, which is actually multiplying them together. So it's 13 times 22. I'll do a marker. 13 times 22. And how do we do that? By multiplication, of course, but what's really the answer? 13 times 22. If you remember your timetable on this, that's great. But if you don't, then there's another easier way to find the answer out, which is 13 times 22 vertically. So it's vertical multiplication. So, alright, so what's 3 times 2? 6. 1 times 2? 2. And now, then we advance to the bottom part. 3 times 2 equals 6. So write 6 underneath the 2. And 1 times 2 equals 2, which you write on the left of 6. And then you add them together. 6, 2 times 8, 2 times 6 equals 8. 2. So our final answer is 286 centimeters. And don't forget the little 2 squared. So our final answer is 286 centimeters squared. So this question is right too. So now I'm going to move on to our final question, which is a bit harder than these. It's a square. So do you remember our last lesson about perimeter? Well, we practiced it on squares, and now we're practicing on rectangles mainly. But right now, for a little challenge, I put in square here, and the length is 26 centimeters. And then I want you guys to find the whole area of this thing. So now, of course, I'm gonna give you a few seconds to do this question. And so I'll just give you a few more hints. The side length is 26 centimeters. This is the length, this is the width. And the question says find the area of the shape, which the word is area. So that means area is actually, so you're going to find this whole thing. The whole covered part. So now I'm going to give you a few seconds to think about this question and solve it. Go. Are you done? Okay. Let's review it together. Right now, when we're trying to find the area, I'll give you a little thing. The length and the width are useless in this question. They're useless. The only important part is actually this thing. It's the only important part is 26 centimeters. And you might be thinking, wait, how do we find out the area when we are not using the length and the width? Well, the length and the width are actually a bit promising on this, but since this is a square, you know what that means. All these side lengths are also 26 centimeters, which means this is 26 centimeters. Okay. So we're saying this is 26 centimeters, this is 26 centimeters, this is 26 centimeters. So now we're going to multiply. We're going to multiply this by this, this by this, this by this, this by this, or any other numbers as long as it's the same. So since it's 26, 26, 26, 26, we can multiply by any number because since this is a square, any number is multiplying. So it could be the length times the length or the width times the width. But we don't care about it since the side lengths are all the same. But since you're just a starter in area, we'll just do the basics: length times width, which is 26 times 26. So let's write down the equation down. 26 times 26. So now we're going to find out the answer. So I'm just going to do the answer. You can do it on your pages yourself, but yeah. So I'll do the answer here. You do it on the pages while I am doing my answers, so you don't copy it. maybe I'm a bit low on this. 26. Part 6, just tell you. 6, 7, 2, 4. Wait, let me do something. Twenty-six times 26 actually equals 672. I mean, I'm sorry about that, but let's just ignore that. And now we know the area is 676. So the area is this whole part equals to 676 centimeters squared. So now you know this part too. And after here we have a little bonus question. Can you find the area of this? Well, this part's kind of easy actually. So the only information we have is this square equals 1 square unit. So now we know that this is 1 square unit. These two added together is 2 square units. These added together are 3 square units. And since this is a 12 by 12 grid, so that means that there are 144 square units in here in total. But that doesn't matter to us. What we have is we have a little odd shape in this little grid. See this? All right, I'll draw it up for you. This is the shape that we're trying to find. I'll just fold it up a bit. So see these? So this purple and orange outline? That's the shape we're trying to find. So this is the area that we're trying to find out. This whole thing. And now there's a bit of strategy. So here's 2. First one is just count them one by one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. So the area is for 44. Now we know it, but there is a easier, so there is a shorter and much easier way to find the area of this shape out. It's very easy. It's actually just splitting this whole thing into parts. So let's just slice these parts. No. So these blue parts are the parts that are sliced, but they're still in one piece. They're just cut out. So now we have a bit of rectangles and squares. And now we're going to first find the area. So there are a few more ideas, just counting these squares one by one, or 2 by 2s, or 3 by 3s. I don't care. But there's actually a multiplication way to find them out. Have you guys ever heard of arrays? Arrays are actually what these are. This whole thing is an array, which means that these squares are also an array. This is an array. like an array is just like, yeah, it's like constant shapes that like this, like, this is an array. An array has columns and rows. So there are 4 columns and 3 rows. And you know what this means? A column and a row stands for multiplication groups. And since we have 3 columns, 4 rows, 3 times 4 equals 12. So how you get what an array is, we're going to find them out. So let's look at this. So this rectangle has 1, 2, 3, 4 squares units on each column, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 square units on each row. And we don't need to care about these parts. We don't need to care about them. We just need to care about these parts. So there's 4 square units on this part and 5 square units on this part, which means that 5 times 4, and you know what that is? It's 12. It's 20. So this whole thing is 20. So this whole thing is 20. Now let's move to this part. So let's look at this one first. So it's 1, 2, 3. 3 square units on each column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 square units on each row. And if there's 3 rows and 5 columns, the 3 times 5 equals 15, which is this amount of that square unit. That's that rectangle. And now we have a final shape. Let's count it. 1, 2, 3. 3 square units on each column. 1, 2, 3. 3 square units on each row. Which means that this thing is a 3 by 3 square, which means that this is 9. And now we found the amount of each unit, each rectangular square. So 1 is 20, 1 is 15, and 1 is 9. So we add them all together. So now we add them all together. 20 plus 15 plus 9, which gives us 44. They give us 44. So the area of this whole thing, this whole shape, is 44. I hope you learned something new from this video. So please subscribe to this Morningstar Math Trading Course channel, and I'll see you in the next one.